And it's been a pleasure to get to see a lot of you guys I've met over the years. A lot of new faces. I see a lot of our high school kids here that's come up through the ranks. And congratulations to each and every one of you on making it to the Federation National Championship. Of the tens of thousands of members we have nationwide in our system every year, throughout all levels, we have 90 votes here, 180 people. Most of the people that fish the Federation their whole life never get this place. So it's quite an achievement from all of them, whether you know it or not. It is. Because a lot of people try to get here. It's absolutely true. Some of you have been here before, multiple times. We've got some past winners of this event here. Some of our past living the dream anglers. We've got anglers from every state in Canada. So when you look around the room, I'll tell you, everybody, the questions we get asked quite often is, hey, how come we always hold this event somewhere in the middle part of the United States? And so if you don't understand how the Federation works, shame on you, because this is your organization. We are the only 100% member-owned fishing company in America. The members own this company. Every state federation has a state president. Every state federation controls one share of stock in this company. Myself, as the national president since its founding, I've got Rod Allen in the room somewhere, and Jim Sparrow. There's Rod Allen. Jim's outside, two of my national board members. We're all volunteers. We're very blessed in our lives, business-wise, that we can do this, and no cost to the Federation. So we do have paid staff, but all the leadership is volunteers. And that's the way the Federation works, because it is member-owned. So when you ask why do we do things the way we do and the rules that we have, it's because once a year we meet with the Federation presidents in our annual meetings, and we discuss these items, and the states vote on them. So the whole program we have is voted on by the states every year. So if there's something about the program that you'd like to see evolve or change or those kind of things, talk to your state president. If they're not coming to our annual meeting, shame on them, because that's where the business gets done every year. So the first thing I want to do is go through the format of this event real quick, Mike, and you've got to guess, I'm going to have to come up and speak to you. But it's something that you should all know because you qualify. You're here representing your state federation. We've never had an individual to this tournament. Since Federation started, our first club federation was club number 0001. That's the Chattanooga Back Club, and it's still club number 0001 today. Since 1968 was our first club. So we've always been a club-based organization of grassroots anglers, and the foundation of the entire fishing industry, whether you know it or not. The professional level gets a lot of glitz and glamour and television, that kind of thing, but you are the grassroots buyers. You're the people that's actually buying products, and the sponsors know that they understand it. And that's why you're so valuable to this industry. So thank you all for that. The concept of this tournament is we extend an invitation to your state president to qualify someone to come. Now, your state president, back in the days, we used to have 8-man teams, and then 6-man teams, and 12-man teams. If those of you who's been in the Federation long enough to remember the division, 16-man teams, and we went back to 8-man teams. Now it's based on a percentage of your adult participation. So bigger states get to qualify more people to come, smaller states. But we've never invited an individual to this tournament. In our history, we extend an invitation to the state federation president to qualify a state team to go to the whole divisionals, now the national semifinals. He can pick his 12 best buddies if he wants to. He's going to have to answer to his membership because the membership controls it. I will tell you that me as the national president, or in your state federation, your state president, or your state tournament director, or whoever's running your state federations, if they are not doing the job that you want them to do as a member, you need to get rid of them. And that includes me as the national president. If I'm not serving this federation, I expect the state federation presidents. We have several of them in this room. State presidents here in this room, raise your hand. So we got state federation presidents from about 6 or 8. And they hear me say this all the time, so I'm not throwing them under the bus. I tell them the same thing in our annual meetings. Just understand this is your organization. And you need to make sure that we're doing what you want done with your organization. Okay? So the format of this event is when you come here to this tournament, how are you qualified to get here to your state federation to the national semifinals here? Last year, the presidents voted to add state champions. So half of this room, that's why this event is double the numbers, because half of this room is state champions. They didn't qualify to a national semifinal. They come a different way. That's the national program now. Once you get to this event, the first 2 days, you can pay attention to the overall standings if you like. They mean nothing at this tournament. You're only competing within your division. If you don't know that, shame on your state explaining it to you. So if you're in the Central Division, let's say, that's Nebraska, Kansas, Oklahoma, Texas, Louisiana, Mississippi, Arkansas, and Missouri. So we know that your division, those guys in that division only got to beat 7 other guys to make the final day. Okay? If you're from the Eastern Division, you got to beat the Eastern Division guys to get in that final day. Friday is division champions only. That's how this program works. It's how it always works. There's a reason for that. It goes back to what I said to begin with. Why is this event always kind of in the middle of the United States? The reason is because if it's fair to take this tournament to Florida, it's fair to take it to the Delta in California. And the state federation presidents don't want to go to Delta, and they don't want to go to Florida. Now, the East Coast would like to go to Florida, and the West Coast would like to go to Delta, but they don't want to go to the other ones. So this event's always kind of somewhere in the middle part of the United States. And that's why it is that way. As such, I will tell you this event is rarely won by somebody in the Southern or Central or Northern Division. Last 2 winners, we've had Eastern Division, we've had California, we've had from all over the country win this tournament. So it's anybody's to win. You just got to beat your division. If you don't know what division you're in, you can ask me and I'll tell you what states are in your division. But you should all know that from where you come from. Your state should have told you that. Friday is the final day. The division champions, 7 division champion voters from the Northwest Division, Southwest Division, Northern Division, Central Division, Southern Division, Eastern Division, Mid-Atlantic Division. That's our 7 divisions. So the 7 division champions will fish voters on Friday, and the 7 division champion co-editors will fish Friday. That's it. That's how this program works. Shouldn't be a surprise to anybody. But I always want to make sure you understand it and explain to you that this is not a typical tournament. There's another reason why we do that. If this tournament's going to be centrally located all the time, people in the Central Division and Southern Division get to fish 12 months out of the year. Not the case if you live in Ontario, is it, guys? They ain't got their boats dug out yet. So it's a leveling field. You're only competing within your division for the first 2 days to make it to Friday. And then it's a shootout on Friday to see who the national champion is, boater and co-editer. So that's the format of the event. I want to make sure you guys all understand that. The reason we're here is pretty simple. We pay back. Some of you know that I own some other fishing industry companies. Doesn't matter who they are. Some of them, some walleye circuits and other bass circuits and things of that nature. Everything I touch, we pay back 100%. We pay back all your membership money. Adult membership, the TBS stays in the adult program. High school, the $25 high school membership stays in the high school program. And the $25 junior membership stays in the junior program. So we're not spending adult dues on high school or vice versa. Each program supports itself in federation. And why that's important to you is we pay back 100% every year of everything we take in. We're able to do that because of sponsors. And you see their slides going in here and out there. And the industry companies are very recognizable. They've been with us forever. And all we ask is to give them a chance to earn your business. That's all we ever ask of a sponsor. But the sponsors that really don't get the recognition they need is the ones that host these events. We can't come to a place like Florence, Alabama without a host. So what I'll ask you to do for our host is, when you're traveling across the United States and you live in Florida and you're going to Texas to fish, or you're in California, you're going to Florida to fish, or wherever you're going and your travels on business or fishing, stop in Florence, Alabama. Give them your business on the way by, because they're hosting this event for you, just like these companies are taking dollars out of their pocket to make this circuit and all circuits run for you. That's cash they're taking out of their pocket. So I want to introduce Brody. There he is. Brody Gravity is with the Florence Lauderdale. He's our host of the shows. They've hosted many events here for us. Brody, come on up, and the floor is yours.
Thank you very much, Ron. One thing we got permission was that these instruments are back here because him and Rod and Jim are going to give you guys an opening concert.
Yeah.
I forgot to mention that, so I'm not here at the table. But like he said, thank you guys so much for being here. Really great to have you guys. We got to kick off the last 2 weeks down in the Bass Federation right here at Pickwick. And to have you guys here, like you said, is a privilege for you guys to be sitting in the seat. It is an honor. So pat yourselves in the back. And thank you guys for being here. Our businesses love your support. We thank you guys for talking local, eating local. We really appreciate that. Like you said, come back by and see us. When you're not here, we have so much more to offer than just our amazing fisheries and Pickwick Lake and Wilson Lake. We have so much more to offer than that. But thank you guys so much for being here. If I didn't get a chance to meet you out there, I was kind of showing the economic impact surveys. That's one way that we measure success. You guys measure up on the weigh-in scales. We measure our economic impact surveys. So if you guys did get a chance to scan that, fill it out, I really appreciate it. It's still out there. Come see me if you can find it. We really appreciate it if you guys could fill that out. Get our answers back into you. But like I said, thank you so much for being here. It's an honor to see you guys. I'll see you guys up weighing on Friday. So we'll see you on there.
Thank you. What we said, you have a reminder after the event as well, that fill that economic impact survey out. It is critical for these. He's got a boss that makes him verify every budget dollar he spends. And so if you want communities to host fishing tournaments, be sure and follow up on those things and fill those surveys out. So he's got hard numbers to help. And they share the tourism companies. We may book an event next time in Wisconsin or something, and they go, where was you at? Like, so I see Florence said, oh, call down here and talk to Florence and say, hey, how these guys do, what kind of impact did they bring to the community? So help yourself out with quality events by filling that survey. Okay? All right. I talked a little bit about the sponsors, a few things in the sponsors list here I'm going to go over with you guys. We've got a few special things. This event is over 60 boats, of course, so it is White River Marine eligible. So there's an $8,000 bonus to the boater in this event. She is Ranger Cup Nitro bonus for Friday over. Okay? There's an $8,000 bonus up for that. DiscountTackle.com has a $250 gift card for the winning boater, winning co-angler. In addition to the other payout items we've got listed for you guys there. So there's certainly some extra things for you. Nitro Boats is a new sponsor to us. We've been with Ranger Boats for better than 40 years. And they're making a marketing shift at White River and juggling sponsorships between circuits. So we're Nitro Boat sponsors. There's a Nitro Boat that's the top prize at this event. I almost tell you, I didn't know if we was going to get it. It was running a little bit late behind, but the dealer down the road here, we had it delivered here to the dealer in Florence, so you can take it home. He called, said it's supposed to be in today, and he'll have it rigged and ready by Friday. So we'll have your prize boat. That's about as close as you can cut the prize boat business right there. But I want to say a special thanks to Nitro Boats, Powerful Hummingbird, Discount Tackle, I talked about them, the folks at Suffolk Line, Minn Kota, Rackle Press City, you all got the Press City hats. BMC Hooks, our partners in fishing at MLF. And I'm going to talk about that program a little bit before we go on and into the rules program. We've been partnered with MLS since 2006, FLWN, and they have a contingency program as well. You should all know it. The presidents it's their job to explain it to you. We also send it to you when you register to Fishing National Semifinal. But to advance from this tournament to the BFL All-American, You must have upgraded to a MLF competitor membership before you fish your national semifinals. That is the rule. It's been the rule since 2016. That should be explained at the state level. Again, if you register with us for the national semifinal, we send you a link back that gives you that information, so there should be no surprises about that. However, every year we have at least a division or two that the winners did not upgrade. So we get that information directly from MLF. When your national semifinal was over, we sent them that empty list. They told us who had upgraded before that and who had not. So if you have any questions with that, you can see the girls outside. They can tell you who's on what list. Occasionally we come across a mistake where you register with us as Robert and you register with them as Bob. Well, the computer is garbage in, garbage out. It doesn't go Bob. So if you think you should have been eligible and you turns out you're not, you need to check with the girls and they can pull that up. Occasionally we'll have to merge recalling and let you have the record merge. You got two different numbers. Okay? So that's the program there. The regular MLF competitor membership now, I think, is $85. You might know. Mm-hmm. I don't even know. But for a TBF member, it's half. It's $48.75. That's a full competitive membership. So if you ever want to piece of BFL, you don't have to do it. But if you want to advance from here to the All-American, then you had to have done that before your national semifinal. Just so you're aware of that. How many of you, this is your first time to a national championship? And I know we got a lot of you. Raise your hands. Look at that. Look at that. Give those guys. We changed our old divisional, and I'm one of the guys that love the old main division team tournaments. You got to travel all over the country to fish. That was kind of right my alley. But in today's world, people don't like to travel so much. It's very expensive. But it's been very good for our membership because we've done the divisional program. The max we could ever fish to get a chance to come to this event was 650 folks. Last year, we had 1,800 of our members fish the national semifinals, plus the state champions that are here this year. So more members are getting a chance, more members are getting engaged, and getting more benefit out of their memberships. So we'll keep driving that growth as best we can. All right. I'm not going to go through every single rule, obviously, because we'd be here all night. A, B. I have a signed document from you online that says you read and you understand. See how we trick you into that every time. So, not going to go through them all, but I am going to go through a few of them, okay? First off, boater safety, especially on a body of water like this. How many of you have never been on the lock and dam system? I know there's some. You don't have to raise your hand, but I know some of you said, man, I've never been on the lock and dam system. At every event, we strongly admonish each of you to operate your vessel responsibly. You are the captain of that vessel, and you are responsible for every living soul in it. Slow down. There's no fish out there worse than somebody's life. There's none. So slow down, take your time out there. Do not operate your vessel in conditions that you feel are unsafe. It don't matter if we send you out. It don't matter. If you think it's unsafe, don't operate your vessel. Pull over and wait till it's safe. You think it's safe to operate. But you are 100% responsible for the safe operation of your vessel. This is a lock and dam system. So if you've never been around barges or lock traffic, obviously if you're fishing around one of the locks and they open the locks or they're dumping water, you need to be careful because it will put some strong current into it. Just be careful what you're doing. The barges, if you've never been around barges, there'll be barge traffic this week. The waves are very deceptive around barges. They push a wall of water in front of them. So you'll run around the back end and then you'll give her a little gas and you get that one in front and you'll go airborne. So just give them room. They cannot stop. So don't get in front of them barges and just make sure you're safe this week. That's the main thing. Watch for revetments and the wing dams. You all had to have a boater safety certificate. That's Alabama law, so you know red and green is what it means. Stay between them. We've had a couple of incidences this week already, outside of those with revetments and wigwams. So boats are very expensive. Please be careful with your boat, be safe out there. Okay. All practice stops now. You may not cast those lure in the water, off your boathouse, off your Airbnb dock. That is strictly forbidden. You may only fish during tournament hours. You need to check your engine for any reason. If you had an engine issue and you've taken it when you got off the water and run it, or you spun a hub, whatever, you need to test your boat. You call me first. Do not put that boat on the water till you talk to me. Okay? If you want to come in by water, you can. Really no need to here. McFarland Park is plenty big enough for you to launch your boats. There's plenty of parking down there, plenty of launch facilities. But if you're staying down on the lake at an Airbnb, it's got a dock or something, you want to come in by water, you can do that. You cannot stop and turn your live scope on the point down the river just on your way by. That's free fishing. That's not legal. Live scope is not legal in tournaments outside of tournament hours. We have no bans on live scope in this tournament, but you certainly cannot use it outside tournament hours. So if you're traveling by water to or from your place of lodging, that don't mean you can grab every point you come out of the way. We had a little hiccup on reciprocal licenses. And the short version of that is there's a map out there online that you can look at. And so we called Montgomery, got the law, and I sent it to a bunch of you that asked. What that doesn't show you is where we're at. So there's about 12 miles of water between where we're launching and that map that shows the reciprocal water up the lake. It's mile marker 226.6, mouth of Bear Creek there. Licenses are reciprocal up there, they're not here. So that's why when we looked at that totally, they told us originally it was reciprocal only to residents. The price is reciprocal to residents, but not the license. So you all had to have an Alabama fishing license. So we sent that notice to you. Otherwise, for the first 12 miles of this river, if you cast the bait on the way underwater, in the wade, you're going home. So Alabama fishing license. Motor safety certificates, you should all have those. If you get stopped, you need to be able to produce that. Want to touch briefly on AI awareness, aquatic invasive species. Please clean, drain, and dry your boats when you leave here. Do not take something home to your home waters, out of these waters, zebra mussels, quagga mussels, whatever it is. People in the South have no idea about stiff rules on AIS stuff. If you want to go to Lake Powell, you want to go to the North Country. Where's my Minnesota crews? Yeah, get fined going down the road with grass hanging off your trailer up there once you got it. So please don't transfer something to somebody else's boat. That's who you clean, drain, and dry. All equipment changes and boat changes need to be cleared by me. I just need to know what boat I have on the water each day. How many co-anglers do we have here that has a boat available if we needed one? How many co-anglers? I know there's a couple. If you'll see me afterwards, the way that works, if we have a boater's boat break down or find a rock pile somewhere, and we've got co-anglers here with boats, we will repair the co-angler with the boat that's broke down with the boater that's broke down. The co-angler will drive his own boat, but he will fish out of the back, and the boater will fish out of the front. And then we require that boater to pay you $100 a day to take the boat out. If you got it, if you're a co-angler and you have one here and you're willing to use it, if the case comes up, then see me afterwards so I can make a list. I know I've already talked to a couple of you, but if you just let me know how anybody else. Sportsmanship is a must at all times. This is not our home waters. We're guests here, so particularly when you're fishing around someone not in this tournament, but certainly when you're fishing around somebody in this tournament as well. Please treat them the way you'd like to be treated. Give them some room. Give your fellow competitors some room. I take a very narrow view on sportsmanship issues. Okay, just so you know up front. Flights will rotate each day. Boaters, you'll get a boat number here in just a little bit, and it will not change. You'll have the same boat number for both days. You will get a new partner each day. Second day, flights will convert. Purple waters is Lake Pickwick, and that's from, the Wilson Dam to the Pickwick Dam. No lock, okay? You can go up the, man-made canal towards Bay Springs, but you cannot go under the highway bridge, Highway 25 bridge. That is the Tom Bigby waterway, at the Bay Springs, so it's not part of this waterway. But you should know that. All areas that are not posted by creek to fish. So just be careful around the locks. I talked to the lock masters. They know you're here. There's no special regulations on that. Just avoid the tail lock. This lake went off limits March the 8th. That's Saturday night, midnight, Sunday morning. If you've been on this body of water since then, your best bet to come tell me immediately following this meeting. Before it comes out in any other way. What happens if somebody goes home from this tournament? That always comes up. Again, the first thing I told them about this tournament was, you're representing your place. So if a boater from Oklahoma goes home, a co-angler from Oklahoma goes home to eat the people. It's automatic. I'm not going to punish another state because a boater went home from a third state. So boaters and co-anglers are paired. If a boat goes home, the co-angler from the respective state goes home with them. It is 5 bass for the boaters, 3 bass for the non-boaters. That is a new rule change voted in by the State Federation presidents in the last meeting, with input from their members, that a 3 fish limit makes it more competitive for the co-anglers. So I want some feedback on that after this event, from any of you that want to give it. And the thought process is there that if Adam draws out with Adam can't draw out with a boat from Alabama, he's a boater. If a co-angler from Washington State draws out with the Alabama boater, it's a little bit different of a situation there. So he could easily catch 20, 25 pounds behind the Alabama boater, and all the other co-anglers are out. There's no way they're going to catch it. So with a 3 fish limit, it lessens who you draw in this tournament. Because you may draw a leader one day, but you're not going to draw them both days. So it gives everybody a chance. The co-angler side and evens that playing field. And so that's the thought process behind that. So let me know about that. So 15-inch limit on all fish, umbrella rigs are legal. You must follow state law in waters you're fishing in. We're not limited in what waters you can fish in. So if you want to run the T, I believe that's a 3 hook. Alabama, there is no rules on umbrella. So whatever waters you're fishing in, Alabama, Tennessee, Mississippi, you have to follow that state law on umbrella. Boat operation. Boats have complete control of that boat and the waters to fish. I gave away $9,000 to them at that table right after I gave every boater a $100 bill for 90 boats. So every boater has been paid for the boat gas. Co-anglers, if you'd like to give them a little extra, it would be much appreciated. Boats are very expensive to pool. I paid $5.65 a gallon for diesel in Memphis, Tennessee on my way down. Pulling that big trailer. So, help your boater out, but I did give every boater a $100 bill after every trip tonight. Co-anglers, you may not share anything about fishing your boater's water, not the baits. I know some of our folks here that qualified as state champions are family, father, son, because some of the state federations run their championships as team tournaments, and some does it as draw tournaments. That's purely up to the states. But I will remind you that you are not to discuss your boater's techniques, baits, locations, any of that with another person in this tournament. If you do, you will go home as well as the person you shared it with if they use that information. I'll send you both of them. So you got to trust that. So you share that with your day 2 partner, and your day 2 partner decides to use that information, you both will. That's how the rules work. Do not share your boat's information at all. What else? A quick tell you, my cell phone My telephone number is 580-761-7000. 580-761-7000. If for any reason you can't get a hold of me, you can get a hold of Joey Bray. Joey, stand up and let me see you. Joey Bray is our national youth programs manager. He runs our youth programs nationwide. He also runs some other circuits for us, for some of our partners. He's the seasoned tournament director, or senior tournament directors. And he's actually going to do the first couple of days waiting for you guys. So I'll do the final day, but he's going to do the first day. He'll be on stage with you the first 2 days. So, and Joey's number is 580-716-4251. Give me a call if you have a boat issue, and we'll get you what help we have. You don't have a rest people here, so we'll help you all with you. Take off. Vaccine says 6:30 a.m. We're going to take off. It's going to be a little dicey. 6:30 a.m. As soon after 6:30 a.m. is the safe flight off. Okay? So be in the water, be ready to go at 6:30. We will check you out off the long dock there in the cove. You'll see us on there. We'll call boat one. You'll idle by, live wheels open, life jackets on, fuel switch attached to the driver. We'll call you by. The last thing they'll do down into the dock is they're going to throw you a little wooden buoy. When you get that little wooden buoy in your boat, you are free to go. Okay? In the afternoon, I must have that wooden buoy back. That helps me make sure you're off the water safely. My crew will not leave a tournament body of water until I've accounted for every angler we sent out there. And that little piece of wood that we give you makes sure that we got you off the water and you're not broke down somewhere. So don't take it back to your motel room, or you're going to get a call from me going, hey, we're still down here at the ramp looking for your sorry tail. Where are you at? Okay? So make sure you turn that wooden buoy back into us so we know you're safe and off the water. If you have to leave early for any reason, call me, text me, you're just not feeling well, whatever, you're going to the motel. Put that wooden buoy, if there should be somebody there, but if for some reason we're not right handy, put that wooden buoy on my stage. Just lay it on the stage up there on the podium. If I find it there, I'll call you and say, hey, you okay? But I'll know you're off the water, and that's the main thing. Do not bring fish in your own bags. We have wrap and crush sheet bags. There'll be a bag line down there, and you can come up and get that bag and bring your fish up in that bag. 50 inches all fish, measured on a flat board, mouth closed, long as straight line. I promise if that fish is 15 inches, we can make it go. A bunk master's job is not to make a fish short and shove his nose up there and see if he can make it short. Our job is to always err on your side. That's an angler. So if there's any way to legally make that fish go 15 inches, we can do it. We're very good at it. Okay? So don't worry about that. If you can make a touch, we'll make a touch. They'll have a courtesy board out. You can check your fish on a courtesy board before you give it to the bump sink personnel. But once you get that bag over to us, it's over. You don't touch it again. So if there's a short fish in there, you're going to get penalized. So if you got one close, check it on the bump, on the courtesy board. TV, this event is still for television, for network television. We'll have camera boats on the water, and then we'll home in on the final 7 on the final day. If you have a camera on you, there is no smoking or tobacco products. Just tell the guy, hey, I need a quick break, and burn one, and we'll go right back to fishing. Okay? But I cannot show that on network television on the suit cam. So they'll work. They're professionals. Carico TV. That's all they do is outdoor television. They worked with us for many, many years, and they're very good at what they do. Some days I will put a GPS tracker in your boat so that the cameramen can find you. And so we will decide who we're going to put a tracker in which boat, and we'll be able to find you anywhere you go on this water. So the camera guys can follow you. It's one of the reasons we don't have to polygraph. I got a camera guy on the lid with us, and I got a GPS tracker in his boat. See, you guys just don't know how much we're watching you do. So you don't have to watch our anglers. But it is still for TV. They may want to get the boat with you. They may want to fly a drone over your boat. They can where they want to. They're licensed. They can do that. So just welcome them into your boat. The best advice I can give you when you have a TV camera in your boat is just talk out loud. Just talk out loud. Not to the camera necessarily, but talk out loud. If you've been throwing a spinnerbait and you put it down, you pick up a jig, talk out loud. Why? You're changing baits. He'll pick that up and make some good television. People who watch it want to know, why did you make a change? So just have fun with it. They'll have fun with you. It'll be fine. Couple of things about TV shows you need to remember. One is those cameras can zoom way. So watch where you're scratching. If you're coming to the weigh-in with somebody you're not supposed to be here with, put a strange kid between you. Because we may turn the camera around and go on a crowd shot, and you may get on camera with somebody you ain't supposed to be here. So, just warn you that we are televising, we will film crowds and anglers, so just understand that as you fit in. That has come up. I'm speaking of this. I feel lost the next time you look back here between your gums and say, well, ain't mine. Anyway, so just be careful with that. Morning procedures, again, load your boats, come by, we'll get you out. I talked about the division cuts. Payout for this event. Payout for this event, we did not change the top prize. It was already undervalued some, so we left the top prizes alone. All the additional money that come in from the states that sent the state champions. So this is a no entry fee event, as you know. You fish the national swim finals, you pay them fee coming through. And so when the state federation presidents voted in a state, they wanted the state champions to come, the stipulation was that's fine, but the state has to put some money in the pot. It's $1,000 for every boat they send from the state champions. So the state's supposed to pay that. Now, some of you may have worked that out with your state, or your state may have worked that out with you. I ain't got no knowledge of that, but I've heard of it. But that fees on the state. $1,000 to send the state champions on the state. Now, if my state federation again said, we don't have $1,000 to send you, but we got a spot if you want to go, but you're going to have to pay $1,000. You notice you didn't pay us. You pay for your state paid. We don't charge entry fees for this event. So the state should be able to raise that money on their own. If they can't, they can, and then that's your business between you and your state federation, not mine. The payout. So we increased 8, 9, and 10 by 33% on boaters and toys. We doubled the money for 10 through 15. We doubled the money for 16 to 20. We doubled the money for 21 to 25. And we added 26 to 30 places. So that's where all the money went. The top, we already pretty top heavy load. Let me tell you about that. So you'll see a big check says $125,000. How would you guys like it if I just invited some guys off the street to come fish this tournament? You wouldn't like it. So the BFL guys wouldn't like it either, nor the Toyota Series guys. So we have to figure in all that entry fee money and all that stuff that if you had went and fished the BFL circuit or the Toyota Series circuit that you're going to advance to, and then we take care of that on the back end with our partners in MLA. So when you get to the BFL All-America or the Toyota Series Championship, you're not beholden to anything. Your way's been paid. So when you get your prize check, it lists on there exactly what your All-American spot, your Toyota Series Championship. You're not going to get $125,000 cash, nor do you want. So we will try to cut as much as we legally can off of that total prize, so you don't have to pay taxes. So we'll give you a boat, but we're not going to rig it. It's some standard rig, but you'll get a couple power pull certificates, and you're going to get a standalone Lowrance unit to go with that boat. And some other things that's not included in the MSRP, because if I have that stuff mounted on the boat, I have to send you a 1099. That's why we do the entry stipend. So the winner's boat gets $5,000 entry fees, pay whatever they want to do. That's advertised. You get entry fees. If I just write you a $5,000 check, you're going to get 10. So it's pretty tough for a lot of federation guys to be able to pay taxes on $125,000 package. So that's why the package is built the way it is. The nitro boat, $20,000 cash, $5,000 in entry fees, plus all the other extra stuff, the All American spots and photo spots and all that kind of stuff. So just understand your price structure on that. So since the top was so high, we did load the other rates. The other reason we did it was performance. We wanted, let's say you are from, say you're from Alabama. I think Alabama's got 2 boats here, and let's say one of them was the Southern Division champion. It's not very likely, it's hard to win on your home life waters, but it's going to happen. And let's say the second place guy overall in the tournament was also from Alabama. He's not going to advance because it's by division. So we wanted to bulk up that money in 8th, 9th, 10th places for the guys that do well that may not get to advance because they were second place in their division. And so that's why we sorted the money the way we did. All right, first flight. First flight goes 1 through 23. You're doing it 2:30. 2:30 the first day. Second flight, 24 through 46. You're doing it 3 o'clock. Third flight, 47 through 70. You're doing it 3:30. And the fourth flight goes 70 through 90, and you're doing it 4 o'clock. 4 o'clock. And again, those flights will reverse on day 2. Here's my bearing sheet. At this time, I will take any questions you may have. Right. If you don't want to ask them here, I will stay and answer questions after this meeting as long as you have it. The rest of you can go. Yes, sir.
Trailer, not trailer.
I'm sorry?
Trailer or not trailer?
You cannot trailer your fish boat till after the fishing float. There's plenty of beach down there to pull in. We've held the high school fishing world finals here 4 times with 400 boats. Plenty of parking. So that's whole swimming beach down there. It's all sand. You drive up on the bank, push power poles down, come up and load, or you can use that whole first string of docks there. There's plenty of parking there. Yes.
Can you give your phone number again?
I'm sorry?
Can you give your phone number again?
I can. It's 580-761-7000. By all means, if you have a boat problem or something,
Can you address the box that there's not going to be any locking? He did. Yeah.
If you're having a boat problem, your boat's taking on water or for whatever reason, then by all means, just give me a call and I'll give you permission to trailer that boat and get up there. It's no problem. For safety first, okay? But other than that, there's plenty of room down there. Any other questions? Any other rules questions? Yes. Joy's phone number is 580-716. The office of mine. And 4251. 4251. Any other questions? Yes, sir.
There'll be somebody down by the water, check in.
Yep, you will always check in the exact same place you checked out. So in the morning, you'll see us over on the long dock, and where you get your wooden buoy in the morning, that's where you check in the afternoon. If you're inside the no-wake buoys, you're shut down and you're idling in, we will count you. Okay? How do we know that? Because when you leave this room, I'm going to give you 2 stickers. You must put them on either side of your outboard motor. They're low tack. They'll come right off. We use them all over the states. What you guys in the South don't realize is many states require you to number boats, or especially mark them. So we use these. They're custom made. They're low tack adhesive. They will come, unless you want to leave them on in the Arizona sun all year long, they will come right off. They've got your book number on. Printed, they're right outside the store, and you pick them up when you leave here. Put them on tonight while your motor is dry. If you try to put them on in the morning when there's dew or frost, they will not stick. So put them up high and dry on either side of your motor. If you have a motor sock on your caliper, then I want it on the driver's side console or windshield at the side of the boat, on the up high on the rail. Okay, so we can see your number. That does a couple things for us. One, that lets you line each other up real easy. You can see the number of the boat in front of you. Just you know, get in line. Two, I'll give my camera guys a list, and they can, if they see you on the water, they'll know what boat number you are, what place you're in, they come right up and film you or talk to you, they know who you are. Okay? Three, if for some reason something was to happen, this is more information you guys need, but it's important you know it in the tournament world. One of the reasons we give us your boat information and all your information and your motor and the sticker and the wooden plug, if one of you go missing, I've got to put search and rescue in the action. I need to know what kind of boat you're in, what color it is. I need to know the number on the motor. That's why we do all this stuff, is to take care of you. I know it's kind of a pain sometimes, but that's why we do it. Yeah, George, you have something? Okay. Anything else? Rod, you and Jim still in here somewhere? You got anything you could add? Joey, anything to add?
You covered the locks, right?
I'm sorry?
You covered the no locks?
There is no locking. You cannot go through a lock. No locking. You can fish below. I will say this, folks. This is the Tennessee Valley Authority River, the Tennessee River. In the last 10 years, there's been 12 people die on this river. Nearly all of them have lost. 4 years ago in a high school tournament at the Pickwick Lock on the other end of this full of water, the boat captain and 2 high school hangers were sucked through that lock and damaged people. So be aware of the locks. They're very dangerous. Yes, they hold fish. In this case, that one was a little out of the realm. They launched at that ramp. This big motor wasn't running. They decided they'd go ahead and fish on their trolling motor. They got outside. The current was too big. It wouldn't hold the boat right through the day. So just be aware of the Pickwick Lock, especially because you're above that lock. So the current's pulling you into the dam. The Wilson Lock, you're below the lock. So unless they're dumping water, you know, the worst it's going to do is push you downstream. So just understand that locks can be very dangerous. So just be aware of them. I personally would have a life jacket on, whether I was anywhere below them locks. It's not required. You only have to have a life jacket on when your big motor's running. But if I got around the lock, I would definitely put a life jacket. Because one little turbulence can knock you right out of the boat when the current's got you. It's going to push you downstream. And then you better hope your fill anchor can fire up your boat and get you. Okay? All right, any other? Yes, sir.
Towing motors are allowed a certain amount of rods. I didn't know if the rod would have to or we let them do that off.
There's the guy who's been here before. That's the last thing on my list. So the question was, the rules say the coins are not 5 rods at the boat. Okay? I gave each one of you a rod today to stack with. Co-anglers, you're allowed your 5 rods that the rules allow, plus the one we gave you tonight. But it has to be that rod. Okay? If you guys don't know about those rods are custom made for us by a major rod manufacturer. We don't sell them. We're not in the retail business. We have those rods for one reason and one reason only. That's the membership benefit. You can buy 2 of those rods through our online store for $100. Okay? And they're good rods. They retail $99 a piece. But for members, you can buy 2 of them for $100, and that includes your $50 TBF dues. Is included in that $100. So the only reason we do those custom ordered rods is so you can sign up to be a TBF member and get something in return for it. Okay? Now, I will warn you that for high schools, it's $50 for 1 month, and it pays your $25 membership. They get, in other words, you get your membership free if you buy the rods for $100. A catch to everything. The catch is it costs us $30 to ship an empty rod tube. Empty. UPS charges us $30 to ship an empty 7-foot rod tube. There's only 2 choices: 7-foot spinning rod, 7-foot medium heavy bait caster. It's the only 2 rods we have made because we don't want to be in the retail business. We just want to provide a benefit to members who want to sign up and get something in return for it. So if you're a whole club, we have a lot of clubs that will buy rods from the whole club. Don't order them one at a time on the website because it's $30 shipping every time for one of the rods. We charge you $30 shipping. Call our office and we'll send you a whole box of 20. The shipping's just way cheap. Okay, so it's $100 plus shipping. So that's where those rods come, those Federation anchor rods come. So all the coiners can take that rod with them, it's a 6-foot rod. If you want to get the rod, you're right. Thank you. Anything else? Ladies and gentlemen, I can't tell you how proud we are to have you represent the federations across the nation. How far you go from here is entirely up to you. A lot of the Elite Series pros got their start in the Federation. In fact, before we split the Bass in 2006, every Bassmaster Classic winner in existence came from the Federation. Everyone. Jacob Wheeler fished our junior program, our 8th grade and under program, and he was that young. Joe Webster, Mississippi. MJD, Mark Daniels Jr., California. He's living the dream package at this tournament. We put him on a pro tour for a year. James Biggs is one. Where's James? James is one of our living the dream package in the past. He won this event. So you can go as far as you want to go through the Federation. It's really up to you. But it's our honor to have you here. I appreciate any feedback you can give us. If things go right this week, please thank the staff, all the people you've seen outside, Joey and the rest of the staff. If something went wrong this week, probably come talk to me. I got thick skin, but I'd like to have your feedback so we can continually improve this. Okay, Rod, if you would have the girls' text boat numbers, I'm going to send them out here just in a second. Yes. Huh? No, you're not getting mine. They're supposed to have one printed out. Well, I got that. So a couple of them. They don't know I got it. You ain't getting mine. That's going to work. I'm going to call your names and your number. If you forget what you are, listen to the next number I call. You're one less than. That's how this works. Yeah, do it.
If you qualified here right here, you're probably gonna have that same.
Yeah, just check the date on your text message. If you're like me and you don't ever delete them. Yeah. Because you may have a text from last year on your phone. All right, first flight. Wait a minute. I gotta get my old man back. First flight. I'll go as fast as I can and move right along. Doing it 2:30. Boat number 1, Eric Ritter, Minnesota. And from New Hampshire, Brandon Butterfield.
Robert,
What is it, Brady?
you ready for text?
Yeah, sing that.
Send it.
Say your last name for me, Brady.
Anna Chavez.
Anna Chavez.
Anna Chavez.
Anna Chavez. Joey, I hope you're listening. You're doing the first 2 days waiting. Boat number 2, Doug, when I call your name, you're free to go. Go outside, get your boat numbers. Do not leave here without them. Listen, the rules say you and your partner must have a full discussion about the day's operation of that boat tomorrow. Make sure you guys do that and you understand what's going on. When I call your name, you're free to go and go home. Boat number 2, Doug Wine, West Virginia. Bill Zimmerman, Indiana. Boat number 2. Boat number 3, Matt.
Fine, no, better.
Connecticut. David Perry, Florida. Boat number 3. Boat number 4, Carson Miller, Idaho. Troy, Mississippi. Boat number 4. You guys, when you stand up, raise your hand or something, make sure you're in front of the seat. Boat number 5.
Don't, just fine.
Indiana. New Mexico. Boat number 6, David Cross, Florida. Andrew Hegarty, Wisconsin. Boat number 6. Boat number 7, Roger Shirkey, Delaware. Jacob Swanson, Massachusetts. Boat number 7. Boat number 8, Jason Shaw, Wisconsin. Zachary Morris, Maine. Boat number 8. Boat number 9, Dylan Trump, Kentucky. Colorado. Boat number
6.
10,
Hey, man.
Mark Kent, Carolina. Jordan Yankee, from Missouri.
Yeah.
Boat number 11, Michael Wilder, Georgia. Toby Stanfield, Arkansas. Boat number 11. Boat number 12, Mayor Tomlin, Illinois. Boat 12, Christopher Mills, Virginia.
What's he saying?
Boat number 12. Boat number 13, Nathan Fidelis, Kansas. Dennis Fennell, Alabama, 13. Boat 14, Garrett Sutton, New Hampshire. Bo Jan Blaze, Georgia. Boat 14. Vote 15, Hunt Fair, Kansas. Tim Chase, California. Vote 15.
There, Brady.
Vote 16, Peter Yanni, DC. Steve Hummel, Illinois. Vote number 16. Vote number 17, Jeremy Byers, West Virginia. Bryce Quinnell, Montana. Vote number 17. Vote number 18, Eddie and Joseph. Right, sure I messed that up. California, and Brian Cromie, Ohio. Vote number 19, Tony Baldridge, Oklahoma, and Nick Koster, Minnesota. Vote number 20, Steve Hund, Arizona. Nolan Clark, North Carolina. Vote number 20. Vote 21, Nick Albano, New York. Aaron Baldwin, Oklahoma. Vote 21. Vote 22, Johnny Johnson, Mexico. Jeff Sepulveda, Jack Sheldon, Tennessee. Greg Sheldon, Louisiana, 23. Got it? I go. Get your vote stickers before you leave, or you, I'll come back in. That is the last vote to this second, first, like, or Connie, you guys see vote number yet? Everybody got your vote number? And I can quick read. Here, I'll just wait on this quick. All right, I'm gonna send this list out to the table so you can meet up with your partner out there. Best thing you can do, voters, pick up your vote number and hold it up, your phone will find out.
You know what I'm gonna be doing now? Color purple. Color purple.